Yo, what up, what up, what up, what up? You know what it is. It's Monday. That means it's Buzy With B Mondays right here at listenvisionlive.com. Welcome to all the viewers and everything. Don't you got to turn that phone down a little bit?
Zakia, go on mute. We can hear you.
Thank you guys for tuning in as well as usual for another installment of the Buzy With B show. I'm the co-host Boots.
And I am Ursula.
And as always, thank you guys for tuning in. Right off the top, if you want to call in the show and want to be a part of it, it's 315-954-0688. Listen, if you want to look at the good panoramic view, log on to listenvisionlive.com. That's where you can see the good view of everything. Shout out to everybody watching on Facebook and on the website and all that good stuff. So we had a really good show coming up today. We're gonna learn some people some things.
We are.
We're gonna learn you some stuff today. Learn you some real good investing and some good home ownership and getting your credit together and all that good stuff. So this is we're gonna have a little bit of fun too with some topics and things too. But we're definitely gonna provide a good informative show for today. Shout out to Miss B. She is still doing well. Baby Bella is still doing well. Be on the lookout for her. I guess the first Monday of April is when she's going to come back.
Correct.
So we only got a few more shows, and then we'll be seeing her lovely face back up here in the place with us. Mm-hmm. So shout out to her. Shout out to Baby Bella and Dad and the whole family. Ursula.
All right, Boots.
How was your weekend?
like you don't already know somebody.
How was your weekend?
Where should I start?
You can start wherever you want to start.
Let me tell you something. This weekend was so amazing. I don't even know where to start. Saturday. So shout out to Tiana Burrell.
Shout out Tiana.
Tiana from Cocktail.
We got to get her on the show.
We do.
We got to get all those ladies on the show.
We do. She has a podcast in Baltimore called Cocktails After Dark. Mm-hmm. She's also on one of Baltimore's radio stations called Let's Talk Baltimore, where they talk about politics. She's very intellectual, as well as beautiful, and she's very open. So we celebrated her birthday the whole weekend. It started off with a slumber party at a hotel in Baltimore, all ladies, but we had some real raw conversations at that part.
Yeah, I did.
You were privy to some most of it, but yeah, it was a bunch of women just open to experiences and no judgment. It was a judgment-free zone. You know, we've experienced some things, went through some stuff, and we're not the type that's going to say we never been through nothing or act like we ain't been through nothing.
Absolutely not.
But yeah, so you weighed in a few times.
I did. So, what was the attire for the pajama party?
I was curious about that. We had to come in our slumber party. You know, we all had on teddies and robes.
Was this pajamas like underoos and Wonder Woman stuff, or was this pajamas like it's Valentine's Day night?
She said she'd love to come on, Boots.
Come on, Tiana. We would love to have you. We would love to bring some of your intelligence, your sexiness, all that good stuff, sweetie.
She's all of that and more. So did you see all the beautiful women?
I did.
I won't get you in trouble.
Right. But I did. And let me just say that I will say, as a man, I enjoyed seeing you guys looking you look really nice.
Thank you.
You all looked really nice.
Thank you.
Tastefully nice too.
Yes.
Not like raunchy or whatever.
Yes.
But a lot of the conversations, even though they were of an adult nature, were very insightful. And, you know, as a man, you got a lot of opportunity to see how women think about certain things.
Absolutely.
Learn a couple things. So in that regard, it was really good.
It was some ignorance when it came
of
to
course,
the men.
Because the liquor was flowing.
The comments.
Oh,
the men.
Yeah.
You know, they was
I
asking
think I
all
added
kind of stuff. Like, how many of y'all
too.
are bisexual? Why would you ask us that? Why we gotta be bisexual?
Well, I mean, the conversation was at
None
the time
of us
about
was bisexual.
The conversation was about women that had experiences with other women and stuff like that.
Men.
So other men, things of that nature. So I mean, it was along the lines of it was in context of the conversation.
Yeah, but no, we had a ball. We didn't get to show everything. Like, we had someone there teaching us twerk. We giving us twerk lessons. I think
I
you
ain't
all
see
did.
all
You
that
see
part.
did
I
you
ain't see
see
that
one
part.
of the girls get in the swing?
I did see that.
So
after
we
the
had
fact.
the representative from Bedroom Candy there.
Yeah. Oh, that's
And
what she.
Bedroom
she,
Candy.
Okay. Oh
Yes.
yes, the young lady that bought the stuff. Yeah.
And
Shout out
then
to Mecca.
There
That's
was
my-
an impromptu lap dance, and
I didn't see that part.
we just enjoyed ourselves.
That part I did not see.
And
It's
then
probably good that I didn't see that part.
Part 2 was at the Dirty Martini, so we had a whole weekend celebrating Miss
Whoa,
Tiana.
whoa. When did part 2 happen? The next day?
The next day, Sunday.
Oh, I see. Nobody went live for that?
We did not. We took pictures, but
Oh, okay.
no, we didn't go live. It
Okay.
was a brunch, and then from there, I just ventured off to the harbor. It was a nice day. I decided to date myself, boo. So sat down at the bar and had,
Well, good.
It's
good.
liberating to date yourself, and then you
Good.
just meet good guys. It's just like when you learn to love yourself, you date yourself.
Absolutely.
So yeah.
Well, along with your amazing weekend, there's a lot going on in popular culture right now.
Did you tell me about your weekend first?
My weekend was
It's boring.
uneventful.
It
It was
didn't
chill. I
compare.
just chilled.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Shoot, my highlight of my weekend was probably y'all little
Slumber
pajamas.
party. I
Summer
know
party,
that's right.
whatever.
Wait for
But,
part 2.
R. Kelly. He been in the news a lot
Yes.
lately. Did you see the Saturday Night Live spoof of R. Kelly?
I did not.
That was hilarious. But as you all know, he had the interview with Gail, Oprah's BFF, the other day, and the Bama kirked out, got the crying.
I saw that.
He beat his chest, and he had the Beijing popping in his hair. And he got the sweating. He had a dude come wipe the sweat off his brow. The whole thing was a circus.
It was.
Why did his lawyers let him even do that?
Here's why I thought, with the other trials, he would drop a song and it would distract the jury and everyone else for, feeling like he was guilty. And I think this was a ploy.
So that's what you think he about to drop a...
No, I think this interview was a ploy for him to get sympathy before the jury is selected. That's what I feel.
Well, it didn't work.
It didn't work.
It completely backfired on him. If anything, it made him look even more guilty, if you ask me.
It did.
why
Somebody
are you
said
kirking
Saturday Night Live was funny.
Man, that joint was... Man, I implore all y'all. I don't even try and plug another show. But if you get a chance, go on YouTube and see them do the Saturday Night Live spoof with Kenan Thompson. That joint was funny. So I was really shocked to see that R. Kelly ain't got no money.
No, we talked about that. Remember he couldn't make bail?
Well, yeah, he couldn't make bail again.
Again.
And he had another random woman that had to bail him out again. Like, what is that? Like, what? Why is that happening to him? Where's his money? Where do you think his money at?
You tell me. He got a whole posse with him. Is he paying them?
Well, somebody said that part of the problem is that, specifically with his child support, is that ever since it's been the hashtag mute R. Kelly, he hasn't been able to perform. And if he hasn't been able to perform, he hasn't been able to pay his child support. And the child support that he owed equals almost exactly the 8 or 9 months or whatever since this mute R. Kelly thing has been going on. But I would think somebody like him, you got long money, like almost generational money, I would think.
Did you see the interview with his ex-wife? She claimed he stopped child support on his own once she came forward to tell her truth.
Oh, so he was being petty, basically.
According to her.
Support.
According to her.
Well, I don't. She's a little nutty fruitcake too. So you could take whatever she say with a grain of salt. But so there's that. But also Michael Jackson. Did you see the Michael Jackson documentary?
I saw some of it. I saw some of it.
Yeah, I saw the main part. I didn't see when Oprah sat down with the two dudes, but I saw the actual documentary. And let me just say, I am not a Michael Jackson apologist. I am not a defender of him or whatever. But I don't believe them dudes. I don't believe the stuff that they said. They were very graphic in what they said happened to them, and I don't believe them.
I think one of their cases got thrown out of court.
Well,
when they attempted
something,
to
that may be true, but I know one of them. He was in court. He said none of that stuff happened. He said Mike ain't do nothing to me, whatever. And now he's changing his tune.
Well, what about what they doing to Oprah? Outside
I don't
of
like
him?
it.
Yeah,
I don't like what y'all doing to Auntie. Look.
Did you say auntie?
All Oprah did was sit down and she didn't produce the show. Mm-hmm. It wasn't her idea. It wasn't even on her network. All she did was sit down with these two dudes and allowed them to tell their lie, their story, their truth, or whatever you want to call it. And she even explained, she even said, I know I'm going to get a lot of backlash for this. Mm-hmm. I know people, specifically the black community, ain't going to like me for this. But the thing I'm trying to convey is how celebrities can be put on such a pedestal that something like this could possibly happen. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because we look at our celebrities like they're bigger than life, larger than life. And, people are so in awe of them when they meet them that it's very easy for a celebrity to be a predator of young women and young kids or whatever.
So someone on Facebook say anything to destroy our black men. I'm going to say...
That's BS.
Yeah.
Because if the black men wasn't doing the stuff that they was doing, then it wouldn't be nothing to destroy them with.
Correct.
Like...
We can't be impartial.
Yeah.
We can't be impartial.
Nah, man. We like... It, and that was the other thing that I was going to get into is one of the questions is all of this a plan and an agenda to destroy our black icons and their legacies? Let me just say this. It's, of course, we all know that in the history of America, black people, whether they celebrity, rich, famous, poor, or regular working class, have always received harsher penalties, harsher convictions, arrested more times, and all that good stuff. That is a thing, and that needs to be something that is continued to be addressed, right? Mm-hmm. But we talking about dudes that like Bill Cosby and R. Kelly, like there's overwhelming evidence that these men committed crimes against young women, girls, for years, and they got away with it for years, mm-hmm. just like all the white dudes y'all saying that done got away with it. These brothers got Michael Jackson too. They got away with it for years. No, it's not this ain't no ploy. It's not no plan. You talking about R. Kelly, Bill Cosby, Michael Jackson, three extremely famous people. You put them against Harvey Weinstein or even somebody like Kevin Spacey. We don't know who them people are, really. Do you? I don't even know. I had no idea who Harvey Weinstein was before these allegations came out about him.
Okay, she said, let's talk about Woody Allen and all these white men that do or have done the same thing. It goes back to what you just said.
I bet you, whoever made that comment, I guarantee you can't even name one Woody Allen movie. I bet you she can't name one Woody Allen movie. She said cops are still getting away with murdering our people every day. But so are we, though. But what is that? What does one thing have to do with the other?
Yeah.
You have to be able to compartmentalize things. Like cops killing unarmed black men and women has nothing to do with what we're talking about right here.
Right.
We know that's an issue. When people do what they're doing and saying, well, what about this? What about that? That's the same thing people who defend cops do when they say, well, what about black on black crime? Black on black crime. We're not talking about that. We talking about this right now. Mm-hmm. So what about this? And then what about that? And what about that? Especially now when you're talking about pedophiles and people that commit sexual deviance. Like, this is not the time, if you ask me.
No, I agree.
All of them need to be put under the jail. Black, white, whoever. I agree. Come on, man. Let's stop that. Let's stop that. Your boy Jesse Smollett got indicted on 16 counts too.
I think that's ludicrous. Absolutely ludicrous.
He lied. I've been saying he lied. Yeah. It's been a big funny joke. But 16 felony counts? Come on, dog. They trying to make an example out of him, man.
They are.
And that's just not a good look. I don't like that. I think that's wrong. Nah. It's a lot of other people, or it's a lot of other reasons to throw 16 counts, felony counts on somebody. This ain't it.
Well, on a positive note, let's talk about today's show for all of you all tuning in.
Right,
if you have family and friends that are looking to buy homes or knowing or need to know how to prepare to buy a home, make sure you tune in. After we're going to take a brief break. Yep. Some of you guys have said you want information on being a landlord or, investment. You're new to investing and you having some woes about how to rent your houses, you want to tune in to today's show. It's going to be very informative, and we're looking forward to it. We got one of DC's most influential real estate teams coming to the show, so you guys don't want to miss that. And for those of you, we'll get to your comments later on after the show, but we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. Thank you guys, as always, for continuing to tune into the Buzy With B show. Like we said off rip, if you want to call in and be a part of the show, and this might be a show that you might have some real genuine questions for and want to gain some knowledge on, you can call in at 315-954-0688. And now we got my man, been knowing his brother for quite some time. Really proud of where he has gone in his business and things that he's doing out here in the community. I got my man Christian Anderson of DC Home Buyers. As Ursula said, they are one of the most respected real estate teams in the DMV area. And we're going to talk about a lot of things like that. So welcome to the show, brother.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me on.
And who is the gentleman that you have with you?
It's his nephew.
I brought my nephew.
I'm Dante, leader of the Don Ann brand. You know, I work with DC House Buyers. I do credit repair. We buy and sell houses. I'm also an independent hip hop artist in the DC area.
Okay.
Go by Sir Madness. So.
All right, we definitely can get into
putting in
that.
some work.
Sure.
I was gonna say you don't have to put on. You had some music with you.
You know, he called me on the fly and had nothing with me, but I definitely dropped some stuff off for you guys.
Okay.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
New
We can
album
probably
coming
bring you back sometime,
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
To highlight, cause this is definitely the place to do it. Listen, Vision, like you see, man, they love their hip hop here, man. So this is definitely the home for you.
For sure.
So thank you guys for coming through. So right off the rip, just tell us about DC Home Buyers and how that began and all that good stuff.
Okay. DC House Buyers, because this is a different company called DC Home Buyers.
Oh, okay.
But it's all good because we work with them also. But DC House Buyers was a company that was created about 2 years after I graduated from Bowie State University.
Shout out BSU.
BSU Bulldogs in the house. And so what happened was after I graduated from college, I had a used car lot on Rhode Island Avenue and Bladensburg Avenue, and then that's where I learned how to real estate invest. So what happened was I was buying cars from the auction, bringing them back, selling them, and then a couple of gentlemen kept coming in buying vehicles from me, and then they was explaining to me what they did, and which was real estate investing. And so they explained to me it was about the same thing as buying cars. So I got involved with that, started buying houses, and the rest was history after that.
Okay. So what would you say is the overall goal or purpose of DC house buyers?
DC house buyer goal is to make money.
I know that's
right.
In DC area. So many other people come to DC transplants and come make money in the Washington DC area. Mm-hmm. So DC house buyers are a way for Washingtonians and natives to make money off the real estate investment opportunity in the Washington D.C. area.
And you are a true Washingtonian, correct?
Well, we
uptown,
fullest.
Okay, uptown's finest.
There you go, straight off the block.
All right.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question. When you got into this, did you first go to realtor school, or did you start obtaining buying properties first?
When I first got involved with this, I went to an investment boot camp type of thing. So I went to a 2-day seminar that taught me how to buy houses, renovate houses, and resell houses in the DC area. And then after taking the class, then I learned that I needed a real estate license. So after taking that class, then I got involved and got my real estate license fully to take part of the opportunity as a whole.
So do you, if you have someone watching the show that is interested in purchasing their first home, do you do counseling first? How do you do that? Do they come in and you look over all of their credit, or what are the steps for that?
Okay. First what we do is look at their credit. So we have somebody pull their credit, usually a mortgage or banker, pull their credit to see where they are with the credit. And then if everything goes from there, then we look to see how much they get approved for, and then we go from there as far as that standpoint of it. It's nothing complex, very simple steps that we take to assure people that they get qualified.
So let's talk about some real issues. I know lately there's a lot of short sales and foreclosures. Tell everybody that's watching, I know people have hope after going through short sale and foreclosure, right?
Correct.
So what is the length of time that they need to wait to obtain a loan, and is one different than the other as far as obtaining a loan?
Yes, it's different type of loans available in the marketplace right now. Typically, it was a situation when people was waiting 2 years after short sales to be able to buy. Just because the economy is different now. Money is fluctuating. It's circumstances where people can buy immediately because of different circumstances involved. So banks are being more aggressive to promote more home ownership. So literally now we can probably buy a house the next day from out of a short sale or foreclosure or bankruptcy right now in this market.
They would attain a loan that fast?
Yeah.
Wow. See, guys, that's something to look forward to. You got to hit up Chris and his team. That's awesome.
So kind of along the lines of your question, Ursula, I know even for me, I got a couple buddies, including yourself, that have gotten into the real estate game and buying properties, flipping them or whatever. And one thing I always thought, just being ignorant to, is that you needed a lot of upfront money. You needed a lot of liquid cash upfront that you had to put down. Very similar to, like you said, when you're trying to buy a car, oftentimes these dealerships want you to put down a few grand or whatever to start you off. Is that something you need, a lot of liquid cash to really get into this thing?
No, the most important part of this business, just like any other business, is not credit.
It's not credit?
It's not credit. The most important thing is education. Okay. Just like a career, any type of career you go into, any type of investing, whether it be stocks, bonds, it's education. Education is the most important thing when you involve in any type of business. And this is not nothing different. So education is the most important thing. The more education you have, the less money it takes to get involved with the business.
Hey, but good credit don't hurt though.
Right.
Right.
I see you, Dante.
And do you have the tools to give people that tutelage and that education?
Yes, I definitely do. Like I said, I'm straight out of Bowie. I've been an entrepreneur all my life. I only had one job in the last 22 years. I've been living on real estate, investing, things like that for the last 17 years straight. I don't have a job. That's all I do. It's been pretty good. It put my kid through college, bought me houses, cars, and I live a great lifestyle. So it works pretty good. And I have the opportunity to teach other people about how the business works. Either they have licenses or not, I still could teach them how to get involved with the business.
So I know several people who are starting to get an investment as far as buying homes that are not much flipping them, but buying homes and then renting them out to other people. Mm-hmm. So one of the questions I had for you is about LLC. You know a lot about that?
I know everything about it.
Okay, so if you have a couple of homes that you're renting, is there an advantage of that particular person becoming an LLC for their particular business?
It's definitely the advantages of having created LLCs to do your business is personal protection, is asset protection.
Okay.
Which means if by circumstances something may happen to you while going to work, travel, you get into a car accident or anything happens, by having your business in the LLC prevents people from coming after your personal assets.
That's good information.
Yeah,
That's
so
good.
it's just a way to protect you, and there's also tax ramifications that's different for companies, that's different for professionals. So that's tax advantages also was included with that.
Oh wow,
I didn't even know that.
That's awesome news.
You getting me hip already?
Okay,
for real. I'm with my gears over here spinning like I don't know what.
Okay.
Yeah.
So one thing I wanted to ask or want to talk about is we've heard for years now that specifically Washington, not PG, not Virginia, but Washington D.C. it's just so expensive. I hear a lot of people, even people that, like I said, I know that invest. They oftentimes say, "Man, DC so expensive, it's so expensive, so expensive." Is that true, or is that like a myth?
I think it's both. In the world in life today, people speak into existence what they think. So if they think it's that way, it's going to be that way.
That's a good point.
People who understand that, thought is everything. If you think that you can do something, and you think that prices are different, you can see opportunities that other people wouldn't have seen because of the fact that. Right. So I think it's all relative. Prices is according to where we live at. Mm-hmm. Washington, D.C. is the capital of the United States. If you look at any other country, the capital of the countries that you look at is usually the highest priced real estate in that region. Mm-hmm. So this is no different. But the wonderful thing about Washington, D.C. is pockets that are inexpensive relative to other pockets that are expensive in the D.C. area.
So those that are new to becoming a landlord, can you give them some advice, or what does that entail really if you're new to it? Because it's a lot of folks I know that's having those woes about, becoming first-time landlords.
Trying to collect that rent.
Yeah, but it ain't as easy, even with pricing the properties. Yeah. What advice can you give to new landlords?
To new landlords, I would definitely join different free organizations, either online or in Washington, D.C., free landlord organizations. They have that can inform you as far as how to be an effective landlord. Go over the different positives, pros and cons of being a landlord. So this, again, education is key in joining the different groups in this area, online, different things that have facilitate information about being a different landlord. Also, what's been effective to us, that's part of the Don Ann brand, is the legal aspect of it.
Of a landlord, okay.
Is
Legal Shield.
there you go.
Yeah, we're Legal Shield representatives. So, those of you not familiar with Legal Shield, is basically you got a lawyer in your back pocket, 24/7, 365. You know what I'm saying? You sign up. It's only like $15 or some something short a month, and then you got like 24/7 lawyer access, and they can help you out with any traffic violations, eviction notices, all that stuff. So
That's like having a lawyer on retainer, right?
Yeah.
Basically.
pretty much, yeah.
Okay. Oh, wow. A lot of us could use that. That's
Good
for sure.
info, Dante.
Yeah, definitely. So, how has gentrification affected your business personally, or in just the business of real estate and investing in properties in this area in general?
Well, gentrification made me a millionaire.
I know that's right.
It helped my business. I'm like I said, I'm born and raised in Uptown. Bought a few houses in Uptown when it was $200,000 and $300,000. Gentrification caused them houses to be worth $1 million today. So it changed my life.
And it's interesting that you say that, because I say probably 9.9 times out of 10 when we hear the word gentrification, it's always a negative. It's always a negative. We always look at it like, it's something that has harmed people, that has done black people wrong, so on and so forth. But like you just said, I mean, and even I can attest that this is something that I didn't even consider, that a lot of people, especially black people who like yourself, have gotten into investing and buying properties or whatever. I can imagine that it really did help you guys and really did drive those prices up that ultimately put more money back in your pocket.
It definitely did, and it expanded my real estate business because as those properties went up in value in the areas that was more attractive, Intel gave us the opportunity to go back in, refinance, cash out, and go east of the river, southeast, different other places to invest. That areas in DC that people was afraid of, we went and invest in those areas to try to get the same effect as trying to be ahead of the crowd.
Yeah, that was one of the questions for you. Should people be afraid to buy and invest in troubled neighborhoods? Yeah.
Those areas are the best as far as return on investment that I've seen in this area. Buying east of the river, buying Minnesota Avenue, Benning Road, Southern Avenue. The returns on those, as far as property appreciation, Section 8 rents, things like that, have been more than buying in the prestigious areas.
Really?
Okay.
Because of the return. Because if you think that rents are high or things are high in Northwest, I guess if today you bought a property in Northwest, it would be relatively high. So today you might spend $700, $800 for a property in $1 million area. If you go to other parts of DC, you can buy houses $300,000 and $400,000 that's worth $600,000, $700,000, just because of the fact that knowing how to buy correctly, knowing the area. So the return on investment and appreciation of those areas are more than the appreciation you'll get in the other areas.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's 2 + 2 = 4. So yeah, that definitely makes a lot of sense. So let's talk about credit repair, because I'm sure that, like Dante said, having good credit
Doesn't hurt.
Doesn't hurt. And anytime you buying anything out here, unless you pulling out a big wad of cash or you coming in with the duffel bag, you gotta have some good credit. So, what are some of the very simple things that people can do to start getting on track to repair their credit?
Well, first thing they can do is sign up with the Don Am brand. We do credit repair and protection services. So,
good answer.
You know what I'm saying? Definitely go with me. My website, we run it through FES, so we definitely we monitor and protect your credit. We'll work with you getting your score back up to 700 or better within 6 months to a year, just depending on where your score is and where you're starting from. But yeah, we'll definitely get you there.
So it takes patience.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna take some time, especially depending on your age and stuff. We got a lot of kids coming straight out of college and stuff. Like I went to 2 different universities. I went to Full Sail, then I went to GSU down in Atlanta State, and that's Southern. And you know what I'm saying? So you got student loans you gotta pay back. Them gonna hit your credit pretty hard. So you just gotta, you know what I'm saying, you gotta do what you can, especially coming straight out of college. Like there's no it's not a lot of job opportunities for a lot of people, especially me. Like I went to school for music predominantly, and as you can see here, I linked up back with my uncle now. I'm doing music and real estate and credit repair. So you got to pay the bills, you got to make a way. So you got to do what you got to do. But credit, you can get your credit score right. Don't get discouraged by bad credit scores or anything like that. You can always fix that, but it will take some time, some patience, and you know what I'm saying, a little bit of, just staying with the program, man. Even though a lot of things might feel like they're not working for you, you just gotta stick with it and just keep going for it and just believe that, your score is gonna get better. Just pay your stuff on time, do your secure cards, reach out to other people that have better credit scores and ask them what they did to get to where they are. So, you know what I'm saying, you just gotta do your due diligence, and you know what I'm saying, you can make it.
How much is that service?
My service is cheap. It's $89 a month.
Okay.
No contract. You can leave whenever you're ready. There's a sign-up fee, just like an extra $100 or something to get you started. But then after that, it's only $89 a month. You can leave whenever your credit score gets up to par. Or a lot of my clients just stay around because, like I said, we do credit protection and restoration. Mm-hmm. So not only once we get your credit score up to 700, we can guard against identity theft and stuff like that, so to make sure it stays at 700. So you don't have people putting cards under your name and stuff that you don't know about. Like, we guard against all that.
So what's the average score to obtain a home loan right now? How low can it be?
Right now, we're seeing scores as low as 500.
Wow.
With explanation, 550 government-backed loans for individuals. So it's pretty aggressive right now.
Oh, wow.
To promote home ownership and to push the economy through.
Okay.
That's what's up.
But the better your score, the lower your interest rate. Just keep that in mind, people.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. And one thing that I can appreciate is I can appreciate you taking the time on your own, Kristen, to learn the business, be a master of it, and then sharing that wisdom with people that look like us. You know what I'm saying? People that's from our community, and then those people going out and sharing it too with other people, and that's how we build a village. That's how we build a strong community. Because let's face it, white folks and other folks for centuries and decades have been doing these same things for years, and they teach their kids, and they pass down properties and real estate to their kids, and boom, 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 go. And now we're starting to do that. So, and I think that is one of the main building blocks of starting to build a better black community as a whole. Because, I'm sitting here listening to you, and honestly, in my head, I'm thinking, man, I need to holler at Chris later and really see, if this is something that I could do, something that I could get involved in. Not just, of course, I want to make money, but something that, I got a 13-year-old, I got a 15-year-old, my daughter a freshman in college. This might be wisdom that I could pass on to them, and pass on properties and things of that nature. So, definitely, man. So, is that something that you consciously strive to do? Is to help other black folks in the community and try to, be that person that bridges that gap?
Well, I wish I could sit here and be like, yeah, but honestly, it's not the case. What happened was, when I got involved in the business, not a lot of us was in the business.
Yeah.
So to make the business grow faster, I had to educate more of us to understand what was needed so that I can get people to invest in the business so I can expand the business further. So I had to educate the people that I wanted to invest with me so that I can expand my business to grow.
That makes sense.
So it just started off like that.
And that couldn't have been hard, because it's hard to get people to invest. And not just money, your time, your energy. It's hard to get people to just, come to this seminar with me. Where is that? It's out Herndon, Virginia. Herndon? I ain't Waldorf, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so, man. At the time, like I said, it was because of the fact that when I first started, 17 some years ago, it wasn't the it thing to do. So people was kind of like, man, what is this guy talking about? What is he doing, trying to do? Like, he's not gonna use my hard-earned money.
Right.
Today, looking back, those same people was like, man, I wish I'd have invested with you then.
Right.
Man, how did you get involved? People ask me how did I get involved today with real estate. I'm like, man, this has been an ongoing process. Yeah. I didn't just wake up like that. So people today want to live the lifestyle of it, want to get involved in it. They just don't understand that what it took to get here. To be at this thing. Because I can remember when I first got started, I would just ride around and look at houses, knock on doors, try to make the thing business run, and they were like, "Oh, this black kid walking, knocking on people's doors and stuff." Back then, like I said, it was a lot of Anglo-Saxon Europeans doing it, so it was nothing for them to come knock on a black person's door or something and say, "I want to buy your house" or something like that, and it was come on in, and so a lot of dedication, hard work, and tenacity went along with, getting the business going, looking for people to invest in things like that.
So that was going to lead to my next question to you. I know several folks that became agents last year and some that's currently in class. And I know I was having a conversation with one, and she said, I wonder if the market is aggressive enough for so many folks trying to get to become a real estate agent. What would you say about that?
I would say that's a good profession and training to take, is to be a real estate agent. The number one reason is the cost. If you compare the cost of this training versus being a beautician or being a bartender, being a barber guy or barbershop guy or any other different trainings out here, when you compare prices of how much it takes, usually in this area it usually costs around $199 to get the book to become a real estate agent. So if you compare costs of different trainings that people can take that offset and make income outside of their jobs, this is one of the least expensive trainings they can take that can lead you to make more money than a doctor and lawyer per hour, just because of house prices. So in this area, if you took a $199 course and you knew your uncle lived in Northwest somewhere and he was selling his house prices is going to be house prices. So if it's an $800,000, $700,000, $500,000, the average real estate agent makes 3 to 6%. So that can turn into a $15,000 to $30,000 one-time house transaction for a $199 training. So where can you get that type of training to have that type of return?
Right, and it won't take you 5-10 years. You know what I mean?
It'll take you 60 hours to get the license, and that allows you to sell real estate.
So I met an agent, and her advice to me was, she said the class teaches you little about real estate or actually getting out there and being successful. You have to get under the right group to teach you what you need to know. Do you agree with that?
Well, the license teaches you how to protect the public. So the whole purpose of the license is to protect the public, which means people can get false ideals and get into this business and think they're just going to go and take grandma's house. Take Susie's house, your girlfriend at work house. They don't know nothing, and they take the course thing, and that's what the course is about. The course is to protect the public, so it teaches you the laws of how to protect the homeowners, how to make sure you do everything within the law. So that's the purpose of the class. So once you get the class, then you have to understand how to sell, which is different aspect of the business. So definitely, like I said, definitely education, and then after you complete the class is good. Getting with people who can mentor you as far as how the sales program go will accelerate your success in the business.
Okay, cool.
Now I saw one more question. I saw some of the other promotional pictures you had. You had a whole team of young ladies and gentlemen on the team. And I'm assuming that a lot of those people kind of came up through your tutelage. Is that something that you're continuing to do? Is bring people onto the team? Are you good where you at now, or are you welcoming more people onto your team?
Well, I provide ongoing training daily, so that's consistent. Most of my day is the real estate training. The majority of the Afro Americans in this area who get involved with real estate to do investing in sales and investing, 75% of them probably we work with. On that standpoint, and the same thing as far as the credit. When we introduced the credit repair to this area 10 to 15 years ago, we had people, the company come in. Gentleman spoke to us because we was the forerunners in the real estate, and so we was one of the first people who joined the credit repair company at that time. So all these other, people and stuff would fall underneath our umbrella as far as credit repair and real estate investing.
Yeah, because everybody and their mother do credit repair.
Yeah, it's another way, like I said, to add additional income. Everybody knows somebody with bad credit, so.
So what do you do for fun while you running a successful company?
Well, my day is mostly fun now, because of the fact that I built such a big organization of individuals that I taught the business to. That majority of my day is just analyzing the work that other people do. So I manage their work. So my nephew, unfortunately, my daughter who went to school to become a dermatologist, she didn't take to this field not yet. So when my nephew got back from school, from doing music and everything, we got a little involved into it. He was wanting to pursue his music career and things like this and produce music and things like that. So to get him involved, I told him that this is an alternative, never stop your dreams or whatever you want to do, but this is something that you can do along with that. So what I've missed from having my daughter, my nephew has somewhat picked up. So he manages the projects I do. We buy like 6 to 8 houses each month that we redevelop. So my nephew manages that, and then he manages the credit repair function and some other things. So it's just managing the people that manage the projects.
Yeah, that's what's up. And I would imagine at this point the business kind of works for itself, at least as far as, like you said, your team and everybody underneath you.
Yep, I've been blessed to find the opportunity. Right now, I have recruited over 100 agents to a company called Exit. Exit Realty paid me 10% of their production. Oh wow! So any given month, I might make this 20 to 30,000 residual income off of realtor production that I have no clue of who sold what. Yeah, so.
That's what's up.
That's
man.
awesome.
That's good, man.
So let's tell everybody where we can find you again. I know Boot said you got 1,000 pages on Facebook. He teases you about that.
Yeah.
But where can everybody find you?
I guess all over the internet, but mostly Instagram, Facebook. Chris CRIS Anderson is usually where people find me. I have a phone number that people call me directly, which is 240-356-1330. I have an email address, which is crisrealtor@gmail. And I have an office located in Chevy Chase, so I'm right behind the Bloomingdale's on Wisconsin Avenue. So I'm on North Park Avenue, 4600. So if people want to visit my office, is on the Exit Deluxe in Chevy Chase, Maryland. And then other than that, I'm in Uptown Northwest DC every day.
I know this one.
There it is.
Well, a lot of times Chris be busy though, so you might want to call me because I'm always available.
I know that's right.
There you go.
I'm always
Shout out
available.
all your information where they can reach you.
All right, well, my business is the Don Am brand, so you can definitely hit me up at gmail.com at the Don Am brand. That's my email. If you want to get your credit repaired, my credit repair website is through FES, Financial Education Services, so that'll be danderson9 /myfes.net to sign up for that. Like I said, I'm a rapper. Up and coming in DC, been grinding and doing my thing. You can check my website out at sirmadness.com.
You got SoundCloud and all that?
SoundCloud, Sir Madness, anything. Okay. All my music is under Sir Madness. So SIRMADNESS. Anything dealing with real estate, credit repair, I'll buy houses. I'll sell you a house. I'll fix your credit. That's all under the Don Ann brand. So you can Google search that. That's also on Facebook under the Don Ann brand. So
that's what's
that's
up, man.
Smart
Y'all
guys,
doing it, man.
smart
Y'all
guys.
doing it. Y'all doing it. Well, I think we got the signal that we about to wrap it up. So definitely, I want to thank you, brothers, for coming on, man. I just want to say, Chris, man, I'm proud of you, man. You know, like I said, I've been
Yes.
knowing you for many years, so I'm really proud of the great work you're doing out here in the community and what you're providing for yourself and your family and all that good stuff. So that's definitely a plus. Thank you, Dante, for coming through, man.
Sure,
and,
man,
and
for
shining,
sure.
dropping some jewels on us and all
No
that good
problem,
stuff.
no problem.
Thank you
guys
for
gotta
having
come on
us.
and party with us at the Penthouse one time, man. We turn up at the Penthouse.
Is that the Penthouse Strip Club?
You know it.
Oh,
We got to give back.
I ain't been to that Jones since it's been the
Yeah.
house.
You make money, you gotta give some back. You gotta pay homage. So you know what I'm saying.
Okay.
That's
how-
a black business, I think.
That's
Yeah,
what
so
we-
yeah.
That's how we celebrate, man.
There it is.
So-
oh, okay.
There it is.
There you go.
Ursi,
Look,
Ursi
I
can go
knew you
there.
was
Ursi
gonna
can
say
go
it.
there.
No.
Hey,
Ursi
so
can go there.
there you go. It's all good. I mean, like I said, I appreciate you having me. This platform, I appreciate this being available.
Absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely.
I've been following it pretty good, so I like the topics and everything. So it's been a blast. So
Thank
congratulations
you.
to y'all
Thank you.
and all y'all success and everything and moving forward with this. This is a
Thank
beautiful
you.
thing.
Thank you.
All right, before we wrap up, guys, y'all got a heck of information today, especially those of you all coming out of short sale foreclosure. Got some awesome news from Chris today.
Definitely.
Those of you all for credit repair, his phone should be ringing off the hook.
Yep.
Off the hook,
Websites,
DMV.
click them websites, all that, and we'll post up promotional thing after the show where we put the websites, put people's Instagrams and all that stuff up. But definitely go on to YouTube and look up Listen Vision Live there. You can see a rebroadcast of the show. We'll put up a rebroadcast of the show on our pages as well.
And YouTube.
But on YouTube, all that good stuff. But you definitely want to keep this one in your back pocket, man, because it's a lot of jewels that was dropped today. I learned a lot. I
know I did.
definitely took in some of that good food. So definitely.
Y'all better support Uptown's finest.
There it
I'm
is.
impartial because I'm
Uptown's own, baby.
Uptown all day long.
You from
But
Uptown?
I'm
There you
from
go.
Uptown.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
There you
all
go,
day
baby,
long.
I thought you was from
baby.
Annandale, Virginia.
I wish you
Hey,
would.
my new album is
Not knocking
called
Annandale,
I
but
just playing.
it's called Tales from 8th Emerson. So we represent Uptown all the way around, baby.
There it
All
is.
right.
I ain't mad at that.
There you
all right,
go.
we see you guys next week at the same
Buzy
time.
with B.
There you go.